Well, that escalated quickly. Last night I made a video about Elon Musk and Twitter, and this morning when I woke up it was already obsolete. Now, some people are claiming that Elon Musk has already seized control of Twitter on day one. Other people are claiming that Musk completely cucked out and let us all down, and it's all over. And there's a third claim, and this one's interesting. Some are claiming that Elon Musk violated SEC public disclosure rules, potentially saving himself hundreds of millions of dollars. So let me recap from last night. These are the only four entities that own more than 5% of Twitter stock. This comes from 13G filings with the SEC. I got this myself directly off the SEC website. This is the absolute latest data. All the other people telling you different stuff are full of crap. So Elon Musk currently owns 9.2%, Vanguard Group owns 8.8%, Morgan Stanley owns 8.4%, BlackRock owns 6.5%. Now, Musk indicates on his 13G filing that he acquired 5% or more by March 14th. Now, the media is using last Friday's closing price and saying Musk paid around $3 billion. If he bought most of the stock in the first half of March when markets were way down, he probably spent more like $2.5 billion. And most likely what Musk did is he had people working for him that were buying the stock slowly over a period of at least 2 or 3 weeks, because if they bought it too fast, it would make the price start to spike up. Now, the issue with the March 14th date is you're supposed to file within 10 days. And he waited longer than 10 days. And so he would have known that as soon as this filing became public knowledge, the price of Twitter would have exploded, which it has. And theoretically, by delaying this a few days so he could continue buying more stock, he saved himself a huge amount of money. At any rate, if Musk has to pay a fine of $20,000 or $30,000 to the SEC for a late filing, it doesn't make any difference because that represents a tiny fraction of the money he saved. Now, for the past 2 days since this information became public, the stock has gone bonkers, and Musk's investment, which I believe he probably paid around $2.5 billion for, is currently worth over $3.5 billion. Now, this morning, Twitter filed a new 8K form announcing that at their upcoming annual shareholders meeting on May 25th, they will appoint Elon Musk onto the board of directors, which is a 12-member board. It's what's called a staggered board. So Musk has been appointed for 2 years as a Class 2 board member. Now, there's a bunch of confusion over what this Class 2 means. It just means he's a 2-year board member. So because it's a staggered board, the classes are how many years, and it's this complicated scheme that is supposed to keep the board of directors fresh by preventing a board member that no one likes from becoming entrenched on the board that they can't get rid of. In exchange for being on the board of directors for 2 years, he agrees that he can buy even more Twitter stock, but he can't increase his share to more than 14.9%. They're worried about him having 15% or more, basically. Now, a lot of people are, either disingenuously making up fake headlines solely for clickbait, and then a lot of people are confused, I think, and a lot of people are engaged in this wild wishful thinking that just because Elon Musk owns 9.2% 2%, somehow he can take over the whole company and run it himself with that small of ownership. He can't just take over the company. And people are saying, oh, well, he can keep buying till he owns 51%. Well, if he even gets close to 51%, the share price is going to go so high. It's just going to be absurd. And while this video is not financial advice, I think Twitter stock is garbage anyway. And I don't think even with Musk buying it and creating this frenzy, I would still say that long term it's a garbage company and a garbage stock. But at any rate, I don't see Musk acquiring 51% as that likely, because most of this stock is all being held by major financial institutions, and they're not going to sell easy. They're going to let the price ride way the hell up if someone was trying to buy 51%. The other thing is that this could be the beginning of a buyout, which I don't think is the case. But essentially, if you've ever seen the movie Other People's Money with Danny DeVito, that's a shareholder buyout. But this is not the kind of company that you would want to buy out, a company that's crappy and doesn't make very much money, but has a wildly inflated stock price. How are you ever going to make money off of that? And I see people saying things like, oh, Elon Musk should just liquidate all the assets and shut it down and just make money off of selling the assets. What assets? Twitter doesn't have assets. Twitter has the Midas touch in reverse. They have spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars buying up other people's software and other people's websites, and then the minute Twitter touches it, they instantly turn to dog shit. One of the biggest examples ever was Vine. Vine went from being one of the biggest websites in America to being nothing in a matter of months after Twitter bought it. And that has happened over and over and over. Lots of people have gotten very wealthy making websites or software that's essentially Twitter adjacent and then selling it to Twitter, and then Twitter wrecks it and destroys it, but they made a bunch of money off of it, so good for them. Twitter did not even have its first profitable quarter until Q4 of 2017. Before that, they had accumulated losses of $2 billion. Jack Dorsey and his friends got fabulously wealthy, not because Twitter was a success. They got fabulously wealthy selling stock. The stock was the product that made them wealthy, not Twitter itself. Now, the other thing people are saying is, oh, Elon Musk was on the precipice of completely taking over Twitter, but now he's sold out for a measly seat on the board of directors, or that he's taken a payoff somehow. That's basically a nonsense argument. Elon Musk has a far larger and more significant role in the running of Twitter today than he had yesterday, or what will start on May 25th when he's officially appointed. He'll be sitting right in the board meetings. But does that mean that he can reinstate Donald Trump's account? No, not unless he can get all the other, or a majority of the rest of the board to go along with it. He might not be able to do anything. He might find it so boring that he gives up on it after a while. I mean, we know that Musk loves to troll on Twitter and get attention. And this was the ultimate next level mega troll that no one saw coming. I mean, this is like the biggest online troll in the history of the internet. A bunch of actual employees of Twitter were, of course, throwing online temper tantrums on Twitter, which is pretty funny to see. All right, thanks for watching this video. Click the like button, post a comment below, tell me what you think about all this, and please subscribe to my backup channels on BitChute and Odyssey. Links in the description below. And check out the website National Conservative, national-conservative.com, and click the subscribe button. New video every Elon tweet.